Okay, so let me stop my. Okay, let me stop my. Let me go in donkey, and then once I'm in donkey, I'm gonna start my system. Now I'm still training another model. Oh, I train another model. Uh, oh, okay. So now, localhost 887. Okay, let me see if I can. Localhost dot 8887. Let me see if I can. Oh, there it is. Okay. The good thing is that I've just finished to train this network. So let me see how this network did. Let me see logs, not logs. Let me see models. Okay, models. Where's the model 03? Python 3. Huh. Oh, this is just amazing. So this is my first time that I participate here, so uh, it will be a disaster for sure. Okay, so uh, hmm. Okay, let me see. Problem with lost graph. Let's just file directory models my pilot03.png. see. Let me see.
Server running 24/7, people will be able to train, including having GPU acceleration in their models.
What's particularly cool about this is that we're getting closer and closer to emulating the real world. The track, when I'll get to Maxime in a moment, the track is a near perfect representation of the actual track we have at Circuit Launch in Oakland. And that means if you train on in the simulator, which you can do at any time at home, if you then bring your car to the actual track, it should pretty much work. And the only difference in the past was that the latency doing it over a remote server was higher than the real world. And now Jack has just solved this with the notion of a Docker container. So that's exciting. And we're starting to really get our rhythms. Our sim to real gap is closing, as they say. To talk a little bit more about the simulator, I wanted to introduce Maxime, who is our simulator master. Maxime, what's new this month?
Good morning, everyone. Good evening. Depends on where you are in the
Bonjour,
world.
Maxime. Bonjour.
So yeah, this month nothing has changed much from last race. I think we did race with the random code. So that's still a thing. So
Actually, Maxine, we did not. This month we will have the random com. Last time, remember, we tried to make it easier. Yeah, and then now we'll introduce the random
this
com.
time we will run with the random code. I didn't remember that we disabled it last time, but yeah. So yeah, it should add some fun to the race. We'll see if people will crash or get their model disturbed by the random code. So yeah, that should be fun. Other than that, nothing has changed. But I have a future. I'm always working on a future version, and I can already tell you that we'll have some changes in the textures of the walls. Because some people gave me some better photos, so so yeah, it should be a bit better regarding the textures on the walls.
Thank you.
This is the first
by
time
photos, he means that this track was actually kind of photogrammatically reproduced from actual
I've
photos
trained
of
the network like yesterday.
the Circuit Launch track itself.
I really hope I got it
Maxime
right.
introduced that top-down view, which you're seeing in the bottom left-hand corner, which is fantastic. And that's the easiest way to track how the cars are doing. The random cone that he mentioned is actually a duplicate of something we do in the real world. A random cone. A cone is randomly placed somewhere on the track. If you hit the cone, you lose a second, and Maxime's code will actually automatically deduct or add, I guess, a second to your time if you do that. In the real world, we have a small child always assigned to be the random cone placer, which is a lot of fun for them, and they always get applause for particularly tricky cone placements in corners and places where it's hard to miss. So that is all, we're again, simulating the real world. The way this track works is that it has obviously lines, which the computer vision would look at. It also has a wall, the black wall you can see. That wall is designed in the real world for two reasons. One is because the track's quite tight; it keeps the cars from colliding with each other on different sides of the line. It also, for cars that have LiDAR, it also gives them some localization ability. The cones also provide some localization ability, and LiDAR is enabled in the simulator. So you may see some cars, potentially actually you can see sort of lines emanating from it, and that's them using LiDAR to both detect walls, cones, and maybe other cars and avoid them. All right, so that is probably enough for the intro. I'll give more explanations. By the way, as we get into it, that once we start the race, the racers have nothing to do. Once they press go and switch into auto mode, they're a spectator like all of us, and I will be asking the spectators over time, especially as we go into it, to talk about what their techniques have been, their training techniques, especially as they learn from session to session, what they would do differently. They might, for example, feel that their car can go faster, so they could turn up the speed. They might turn out that the car is going too fast and going off the track, and they would turn it down accordingly. And so, excuse me, that's the technique. Anyway, starting up first, we're going to have 4 racers. We have 3 on the line right now. That is, you'll note that a lot of them have a UCSD preface. That means that they are students of Jack's. Jack, maybe you could say a little bit about your course, just to explain why we have so many UCSD students participating.
Yeah, that's one of the bonus for the class is when they come and race with us online. So the class, depending if you take a regular quarter or summer class, it's usually 10 hours per week, and one of 10 weeks class, or 20 hours per week if you take a 5 weeks class. And that's why you see here the summer 2 students, and they start with the donkey sim, then in parallel with that, the developer, the donkey car, and then they run on a track that we have at UCSD, and then they start to be introduced to ROS, Python, and OpenCV, and then they run their robots on OpenCV and ROS, and then they have the final project. Some of them do add capabilities to the donkey car, some of them just add a new feature to the robot, and some of them actually, for example, testing new hardware.
The ability
so that's a class that have been running every quarter to yesterday.
Joining this class,
believe it or not, we usually have between 80 and 100 students on the waiting list. We just can't get everybody on the in the lab at the same time. We have to limit it to 28 at the lab. So it's pretty popular class, and we're pretty happy. Have been advancing all the time.
I bet this Jack Silverman.
That's this community.
Incredible.
Exactly, but it's not limited.
Could only go back in time and join that class.
Of any age can participate. It's all free, and so we've had 12-year-olds, we've had 80-year-olds, we've had people from all the major continents, and as you can see right now, I guess we have a good participation from Europe and the US, but we've had a strong team from Japan as well. I guess the time zones aren't really helping us at the moment. One last word before we get started. These cars are primarily using deep learning, which is to say that they have neural networks. They are typically end-to-end neural networks, which means that they're trained deep learning. The cars see images, and they're trained to steer. Drew, you're going to have to restart. They're trained to steer by the human. That can be involving either what's called behavior cloning, which is that the human drives around the track, and the neural network sort of pays attention and then tries to reproduce it. It could be reinforcement learning, by which you just tell the neural network, what to do, sort of penalties and rewards. Rewards for staying on the track, penalties for staying off. Or it could be simple supervision, where you just sort of tell the car, you point at where the car should go. It goes there, you point again, and you just do that around the track a few times. And I think that's what Drew will be doing with JetSim. Most of these cars are using the Donkey Car framework, but some are also using the NVIDIA Jet Racer, JetBot framework. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But enough talk. We have all 4 cars on the starting line. I'm going to start in waves. The first 2 will be Esther and Sean. And then I'm going to wait about 5 seconds. Then I'm going to launch Drew and Nayan, I guess. Okay, so Maxime, are you ready? You're the timer.
I'm ready. I just randomized the cone and the chairs around the track.
Oh, that's right. The chairs get randomized
so
as well,
much
just
fun.
in case people are training off chairs and or lidaring off chairs. Those chairs get moved around in the real world. Yeah. We have spectators, and the chairs do move. So we're trying to simulate that as well. Okay. First wave, this is going to be Esther and Sean. Are you ready?
Ready.
Unmute. Okay.
I'm ready.
On your mark, get set, go. Okay, their time only starts when they cross the line, so don't worry about that. They're now, okay, so Esther is correctly shifted. Nyan went backwards, then forwards. That'll work. Second wave.
See what is the...
This is Nyan and Drew. On your mark, get set, go.
Okay, there it is.
Please, for people that's watching this, these students have access to this track only early in the week. So if they can do this in a week, anyone can do it.
Okay, so
it's
what
pretty
we're
easy
seeing
to get in the start.
Exactly.
There
What
it
we're
is.
seeing is the car is doing quite well. We're actually seeing a pretty serious race in the
Look at
second
that.
on the second wave between Jan and Drew. Drew,
Oh, they're
Jan's
amazing.
oh my
Oh
goodness.
gosh.
So Drew is using an aggressive and well trained network, but he just wiped out. So let me,
Oh
gosh,
gosh.
it's
Look at
hard to
that.
see
And
which is the
super
most exciting race
fast.
here, but it looks like is it an intersection of death, and it works. So this intersection is very tricky.
Oh gosh.
And
Look
it
at
looks like
that.
Esther and Drew have locked up. Drew's going to try to disengage himself, but
Oh
does not.
gosh.
And everybody is
Stuck.
dead at this point. Okay, the question is, did any of them finish a lap before they crashed?
Esther.
Esther.
Oh gosh.
So Esther gets
This
points on the
is-
board. She has a 34-second lap, which makes her the leader at the moment. Now there was some bad luck there. That intersection of death is one where the faster car is crossing that before at the same time as the slower car, and you can run into each other and lock up, which is exactly what happened. All right, so that's points on the board, and don't worry, the other racers will have an opportunity to come back. Their luck will improve, no doubt. We're now going to have the second wave. This is going to be Kevin, Jung Young, Gabriel, and Chris Crutchfield. So racers move up. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is the spreadsheet that shows the results so far, but Esther is in the lead. And you need to disengage. Very good. Very good. Chris is on. Kevin is on. Gabriel is on. And now we're just waiting for Jung Young, I think. Okay, we'll give him a minute. Jung Young, do you need time?
More, as you can see.
You have latency.
Oh, I have latency. My bad. Okay.
Let me try to
I'm
refresh
actually
one.
I'm watching on the Twitch and it looks like I've got latency. My bad. Okay. First wave is going to be
We have someone.
Does it say I'm there? Because I can't see the race on my screen.
Oh gosh.
You're on the Twitch?
I apologize. My joystick seems to be a little squirrely, so I'm trying to see if I can center him again.
So who was saying that you couldn't see a robot? It should be on the Twitch
Ke-
channel, right? You can't see that locally, right? We're streaming, and that's
Kevin,
all
you,
able to see.
you have two robots. So try to disconnect all your robots and reconnect.
Kevin is down to 1. Okay, we'll wait for Chris to come back.
He's back.
Okay, there we go. All right, very good. So at the front, it's going to be Gabriel and sorry, forgive me. At the front, it's going to be Chris and Kevin. On your mark, get set, go.
Okay. But
All right, and in the
it's only one that just
second
started.
row.
Okay.
Only
Kevin
one
is
just
next.
started.
Uh,
Oh gosh. The other one are completely stuck.
Are you
I
facing
guess
issues,
this is
Kevin?
gonna be me. Like,
Yeah, I am trying to. I can't access the robot on my screen, so
Oh,
I
that's
can't get it
super
to go on its
fast.
own.
look at
I think I need to change.
look at that. It's super fast.
Okay, maybe we can try to
Restart this one.
Gosh.
yeah. Or,
And he threw the cone.
We can ask someone else
Oh
to
gosh.
race instead of
So
Kevin. Maybe we
Kevin,
can-
are you,
This
are
is
you using
so
a
much
joystick
fun.
or using the web interface, Kevin?
I'm using a joystick. I ran my model, but
Right.
It's
Right.
so
then-
much fun.
You already connected the server, right? So then now you have to be in the
Oh
Twitch,
gosh.
stream, and you're going to see a robot, and you just press the button, whatever button you have, for example, mode or start on your joystick, and that should start. You should be seeing this stream, not seeing on your simulator anymore, right? The simulator doesn't matter at this point.
okay. Then
You already know you can connect to the external server. That's good, right? Because you can see a robot. Now you are the one that has to go. Just open a web browser and go to the Twitch Robot Assist and then you should be able to see a robot. And at that point, you definitely have to press the mode change on your joystick, and then your robot should start.
Okay, yeah, I have to click open. In that case, I'm trying to disconnect this robot and then reconnect is what I'm trying to do now.
Okay, so just control C to kill the process.
Maybe you put Kevin on the back, and then you get to the folks that can start.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, exactly. So let's everybody please disconnect, and we'll reconnect. So Chris, your start.
Okay.
You're the only one, but
Okay.
let's start again.
They start again.
Jack,
They're gonna
do you
start
want to,
again with.
the split screen to 4 so that we have only 3 racers shown and the top view, or should we
Okay.
keep the 5?
So
I trained this
because if we do
horrible
4, then we won't
autopilot
see the top
yesterday.
view, isn't it?
We can disable the top view, yes, if you want.
But so how many screens you want me to show? 4 or 5?
3 car and the top screen. That would be perfect. I see.
Okay, so there'll be 4 then. Okay, just
There he
Because,
goes.
I see here that the FPS, I mean the frame rate of the sim is around 47-ish. So I mean
Yeah.
that's okay, but it's not optimal, and
Okay,
may
just a moment.
have some weird behaviors.
Okay, Kevin, we have you on twice now, so one of those cars needs to be killed.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. I've controlled C, and the car has just stayed there. I'm trying to figure out how to disconnect them.
Why don't we, once you disconnect, why don't we move you a little further down the race order, and we'll just race with 3.
Okay.
Everyone disconnect please from the sim, and let's reconnect again. So that I think we have some issues.
Okay, so everybody again.
Yeah, disconnect.
Disconnect.
Might have to restart this. Also. Okay, we're going to have to restart this. We have a ghost car, so
Yeah.
this is one of the things that I try to fix from a version to another, but yeah, so that's the thing that you start to realize when you race, because there's also there's always some unwanted behaviors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a ghost car is a ghost car, because it's an open IP address, anybody could connect, and that is apparently just what happened. No problem.
Oh gosh. I mean, guys, if you're following this, I know there are a lot of
Thank you, everybody, for
period
your
times
patience
where
as we
it's
work through this.
a little bit boring, but
Sorry.
this is actually
Smooth.
really challenging. I mean, consider that this is a complete open source project, and people have worked all around the world just to create this amazing
You can see
virtual
our sim is in
racing
Unity,
environment where you can
which is why I
not only
posted it.
train your system, not even building your donkey car, but you can also compete online with people from all around the world.
Okay,
It
racers,
is
try again,
incredible.
please.
I just downloaded the system yesterday, trained my system in my network yesterday afternoon, so I really don't expect it to behave correctly. I actually had to train it without the CUDA because I wasn't able to understand how to get it to
Okay,
work with my Anaconda.
Probably
Now I
unless-
got
unless
everything
Kevin
sorted,
is
so next
thinking
time
he's
it's
got it
probably
nailed,
gonna
we
be
can
better.
start with just
But
three.
I mean, let's see how it's gonna go.
Kevin can have
Okay,
it.
now they're ready
Very
for
good.
another
Okay, first order, Chris
for another
and Gabriel on your mark.
run. Okay, there they go. There they go. Probably. Oh, there it is. Oh no, they're moving. They're moving. I mean, someone is moving. USC's 48. Gabriel is doing great. Look at that. Look at that. It's super fast. I would never be this fast. I mean, look. This Gabriel is just amazing. With his Crutchfield, it's a little bit more wonky, probably. But look at. Oh, Gabriel got stuck in a cone. Oh no, Christopher. Oh, he's gonna avoid the car. He avoided the car. Amazing. He avoided the car. Oh gosh, it is so much fun. Crashfield is just amazingly in leading. Oh, Gabriel, he got unstuck somehow. And now they keep moving. And there they go. Oh, Gabriel just got unstuck. That's amazing. If he stayed in auto mode all the time, it's just amazing. The network was trained also to back up and avoid getting unstuck. Who's leading now? I mean, those are. Oh, Paul is just. Look at that. Paul is just amazing. Paul is just amazing. Oh, they got a stuck. Oh, they're too good, so they got stuck. Oh, they all got stuck. They all got stuck. Oh, amazing. Oh, I'm gonna die. Okay, so I'm gonna be on the very next one. Okay, let's see where they go. Parking lot nerds. Oh gosh. Now they have. Okay, there it goes. Parking lot nerds. Let's see how. I'm very excited to see how these guys are racing. Oh, got a text. Okay. There they go. There they go. Okay, parking lot is a little bit late and is approaching the curve. Look at that. It's doing really good. Look at how they're moving inside the turn. They're doing a really good job here. Look at that. Oh, they're very good. Oh gosh, that guy is super fast. Oh gosh, they're super fast. Oh gosh, look at that. He passed inside. Oh gosh, he passed inside. Ah, Sunny Chu got a reverse. Oh no, he's moving reverse now. Oh gosh, no. Gosh, that parking lot is amazing. Look at that. He's approaching the curve like a pro. I'm impressed. Incredible. I mean, I'm telling you, you try to manually drive these cars. It's impossible to drive that good. Impossible. Those are. Huh. Ah. Oh, this is amazing. Look at that. Amazing. Wow. I mean, I've never seen a car racing this good. Impressive. Look at that. Amazing. Just amazing.
Is to make use of the lidar and detect when an obstacle is close.
Really amazing.
And then try to slow down and drive around. So that's something we've done before, but it was just a Ross in another competition. So now that since the lidar is now on, that's very, very good opportunity to progress further and deal with the obstacles. So needs more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also he has something different also. He has almost no latency because his model now is running out of the server. So that may help also. Not necessarily this performance, but when he's going to be doing the LiDARs and everything else, all the sensors coming with no latency.
Wow.
Maxime,
I mean,
I don't see a
I'm
random
impressed.
pin.
I mean, look at this car.
Market generated.
You can't even
It's
drive
just
a
at the
car
entry of
this
the
good
loop.
in this in this.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I
if
thought
you
that was
try
I thought that was
manually,
actually part of the
you
part of the
cannot
track.
drive that good.
So it's this one here. is
You
the random
cannot
cone.
drive that
Yeah.
smoothly.
There
Look
you
at
go.
that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I agree that
It's
it's
not
a
even
bit
hitting
offset. I
the
mean,
walls. It's
really
never
on the
hitting
edge
the
of the track,
walls.
yeah.
No worries. Okay, I think we've probably got 3 laps here, and those are
Yeah. We actually got
Massacred
eight
all the
laps.
opponents.
Yeah. Okay. So racers, you can disconnect at
gosh.
this point. So
Okay,
we
now
now
it's my
have a
turn.
new high score, 26.
Oh gosh, now it's my turn.
Seconds. So that puts Rainer in first place.
I don't know if I'm
Super
gonna go.
impressive. Next up is going to be Parth, Tiziano, and Dimitri, and Anton.
Okay, let me see if I can
Do we have,
connect.
we have a duplicate of Anton.
Oh, do we? Oh, my apologies. We do. So I'm gonna.
Yep.
Anton, are you ready to go?
Okay. Looks like it's.
No, I can let you know when I am.
Looks like I'm there.
Okay.
Thank you.
There they are.
Okay, so it's going to be Parth, Tiziano, Dimitri,
Okay, let me unmute.
and say again.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, good. So again, we have Parth, Tiziano, Dimitri, and Naiwan. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes, correctly.
Okay, very good. So we are. So TIF. Who is TIF?
That's me.
Oh, that's right. Very good. That's of course. That's Tiziano. So we are just waiting for Naiwan.
Oh,
Give me
gosh.
one sec. Okay.
There we are. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So in the first wave, this will be Parth using another JetSim framework, like Andrew before, and versus Tiziano. On your mark, get set, go.
Wait, it's moving.
It's great.
At least it's moving forward.
And in the second
Yeah.
wave, Dimitri and Naiwan.
Look at
On your
that.
mark, get set, go.
I'm impressed.
That's great.
For a last minute entry, you had some progress in there.
Oh gosh. It's the latency. I mean, when I tested, it was doing much better than this, but the latency really killed it.
Adjustable though. So for your next race, you can change the latency to something you think is more appropriate.
Let me see.
So the JetSim framework continues to perform well, well, except for the collisions. But that is, JetSim's now going the wrong direction. It's going to need another collision to get back in the right direction, which it got. Sorry, I know I've got a little latency on my screen, but that was really cool.
Okay, let me see if I
So
can...
Parth, you lucked out there. It looks like we've got a pretty tight race for the, I guess, number one and two position. Dimitri, tell us about your training.
Yep. Hello, everyone. So basically, it's a linear model, but I like provided more training data, like nearly 60,000 of images, and also I changed the AI launcher a bit. So currently, it's not only like enable full throttle for like 5.5 seconds, but also fix the steering angle to 0.0, so it's more stable on the starting.
These guys are
And,
really pro. I really embarrassed myself.
Changed,
So I got to do
frame.
something like,
the
okay, so
setting
probably
in
it's the
config,
latency, because the system wasn't
to
performing
be able
that
to
bad
collect
when I
more,
tested.
images. So yeah, that's basically it.
And where do you run the model? Do you run remote? Do you run on a server? What are you doing?
Yeah, I
would say
run it
that
in the Docker container.
200.
Terrific. Well, it looks like the one car that we didn't give a camera to, Naiwen, is doing well, and not avoiding
She's
the
actually
random
doing
cone,
really
but
good.
That's okay. That's
Look at
only
that.
a second. So
There
I
it
think we
goes.
have 3 laps.
She's
for
doing
her.
real
Is that
good.
right?
Yep.
Look at that.
Okay.
Oh.
So the times are going in.
Oh, gosh.
And I have a question for Path, because I wasn't really watching.
Yeah, my model cut the loop, so that time is not accurate.
Okay, okay.
Oh gosh.
So
And
I'm
it
just
looks-
gonna put you DNA.
Yeah, it looks like our jet racer was doing really well, but had just a bad luck of a collision at the intersection of death. Okay, terrific. Let us racers please disconnect, and we're now going to move to our last heat, which is going to be Felipe, Kimberly, Anton, and Anwar.
Okay, let's see the latest the
Then
last
we're
one.
gonna start with the first heat again for the second race.
Let's see the last one.
So we're waiting for Felipe, Kimberly, Anton, and Anwar to log on.
Sorry, I'm still trying to fix it.
Okay.
No worries. So it'll just be Felipe, Kimberly, and Anton. Felipe is on. Kimberly is on.
Are we waiting for anyone else?
Anton is. I think we're waiting for Anton. Anton, are you going?
More?
Oh, sorry, no.
Anwar. 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 Anwar, you can be
sure how to connect right now.
Okay, well, we'll just do these two. All right, racers, on your mark, get set, go.
So there are people asking me on the.
That's nice, Thomas. Hit the code.
So there are people asking me on the chat where can I find the information for this
Chris, this
virtual racing.
intersection actually
And
brought
so the
some
documentation
excitement for
is
the
on the
races. Who came up with the design of the
donkeycar.com
track?
documentation. There's
That
actually a
was,
page about virtual race
me
league, and there are all information
Adam
to
Conway.
set up
We
the
just
environment. It's
whiteboarded
pretty
this
simple.
right there.
But if you
in
follow
circuit
the
launch. Tried a
instruction
couple
on the
different
donkey
shapes.
car, you can
We wanted to
you
make
basically
it
can get up
tighter.
and running
We wanted to
in
have
a
some
matter of
lefts and
an
some rights.
afternoon. The trickiest part in my case was
yeah,
to
we
set up
wanted some intersections.
to set up the CUDA libraries.
Yeah,
Set them up for properly for with the Anaconda. That took me like a little bit more than I expected,
it works, for two reasons.
No,
One is that
nothing-
it's a
nothing-
collision
nothing
opportunity,
major.
and the second is that it's some ambiguities. You go into the intersection; it's not clear, obviously.
No, those guys are real good. So
to know that,
before
just
you
like the
can
real world.
compete with those,
So Felipe's doing
these
really well.
these people,
Kimberly looks
it takes
like
a
she
lot of
flipped.
effort. But the environment
But
here is
that's
just
okay.
amazing. They're extremely
And,
friendly,
waiting for
very
Felipe
cool.
just to get his last
Everybody
third
is
lap.
very
Felipe,
very
tell us about your
happy to
training technique.
help. There's a good community. So just it's
to
just
be honest,
the
this is
amazing
a
start.
very last minute model. My first model, I trained it with 30 latency. So when I trained it on this server, for some reason it wouldn't do the movements I wanted it to do. So then what I did is I started training at 0 latency, used the same model, and then influenced it twice with the same data that I had. So this is the first time I see it in action.
It's doing great.
Really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
And fast too. And you're missing the random cone, possibly randomly, but it's very consistent.
Yeah, for sure, randomly.
Yeah, but I can see
Yeah.
just how smoothly it's handling this, and it replicates the same path every time.
So
it looks
Felipe,
like-
really quick, Chris. So when you train with that 30 milliseconds latency, then when you racing on the server, did you remember to remove the latency?
Oh
When you run
yeah,
on the
I
server?
removed it, but it was when I would run it on like my computer versus running it on the server, it'd be different. It wouldn't run the same line. It would since I would run such a tight line like there. I would run such a tight line where if you see right here in this corner, I like hug the left and then hug the right. I would just crash into the left right away. And I would do the
Okay, we got some good. Felipe, you did great. 28 seconds is your best. Before we start from the top again, Anton, Anwar, are you ready to go? Either of you?
No, sorry.
And Anwar, or whichever.
Am I connected?
I don't
To the race?
I don't see you. No. Okay. Well, we'll give you. You can come back for the next one. We're going to go back to the top. So we're going to start again from the first four. This is going to be Esther, Andrew, Sean, and Nyan.
Sorry, can I ask you, what is that symbol, like the Raspberry Pi symbol on top of the car sometimes?
That's your camera. That's not necessarily the symbol of Raspberry Pi. That's your virtual camera. So that's the location for the camera.
That's the location for the camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see that Rainer change and put his higher. To pay attention next time he's racing that his camera is higher.
Okay.
All right. We have 3 of the 4. There we have all 4. Okay. First row, Sean and Esther. On your mark, get set, go.
Oh, there they go. There you go. There you go.
Second row.
Okay.
Drew and Nyan. On your mark, get set, go.
Oh, they're doing so good.
Again, the time only starts when they cross the line, so they're at no disadvantage.
Oh, Sean
looking at
is
some
just
really good
amazing. Look at
racing
that. Super smooth. Holds the center of the line.
Ooh.
Oh,
That was-
ow. That was
Drew,
a
you got nailed.
crash.
Oh, what a disaster.
Oh,
let's see
there's
whether
a
you can
car
avoid
wreck.
this pile-up.
Esther, she's actually
Maybe
doing the
we
best.
can
She's doing
call this
great.
one I mean, maybe we can restart this
Oh,
one.
let's see if
Yeah.
she can
I think
actually
Esther
avoid
already
them.
has a lap
Oh,
time.
this is gonna be
and
great if she can
and,
avoid
and
it.
you,
Come on,
Sean,
come
and
on.
me
That's a
didn't,
good point.
so-
That's a
Yeah.
good
No!
point. Okay, that was
And
just
then-
bad luck. That's just a mess.
That's
restart.
And the guys on the back,
correct.
maybe give a second between the
Nope.
two folks on the back because
Oh,
they're
that would
pretty
have been
tight together, and
legendary if
give
the
a
car,
second
Yeah.
if they had
between,
avoided the
somebody on the
crash.
back, and then see
Try
how
to
it
wait
goes.
a bit longer.
Will do. I've got some latency on my Twitch, so I'm not quite sure what's happening in real time. Okay, so everyone
not necessarily Chris. I mean, the two guys that starting on the back, they're starting.
Okay.
They're so tight
Just
together.
in view.
The second time they get.
Oh,
See,
I
they
see.
put the
Okay.
camera higher.
So everyone's disconnecting, they're reconnecting.
They put the camera
Drew is
higher.
back on the line.
Okay.
And it's back on the line. Okay, we have all four. Okay, first row. This is going to be Sean
I
and
don't know
Nyan.
how I'm gonna
On your
set
mark.
up this.
Get set.
Sim artificial
Go.
latency. This is millisecond latency control can be useful in mitigating the delay when using a
Second
remote
row.
server.
Esther and Drew.
And
On your
I
mark,
train
get set,
for
go.
I train with 0, so it's gonna be horrible.
I'm hoping we're not going to, that I didn't do the timing such that you all hit in the intersection of death again.
Let's see if I can. AI
should be okay
launch,
if
total
you
multiplier.
recover, maybe.
Let's
Okay, we at least have
actually
a lap
go
time.
slower. Let's
mean,
say that
if
we go
Nyan finishes.
0.5.
It looks like Drew is being
0.4.
thrown by the random cone.
Let's go
So
slower.
that's yeah, but he recovered. That's fine.
Path offset, PA, path file name, path file.
Do we consider that disqualification if he passes on the wrong side of that cone?
The real sense.
For
Yeah,
that,
good, but
for that lap,
sense.
maybe, but he'll have other laps coming up.
Behavior.
He'll
Yeah.
have other laps at screen.
Okay, let's see how he does this time. Let's see if he gets thrown by the random cone again.
I think that's gonna be it. I can't do anything.
No, that one
better.
worked. Okay, he's back in the game.
Okay. So I'm just going to count this one as his
Well,
first one.
let's save it
Yeah,
like this.
that sounds good.
And see how it goes next time.
Okay, Nyan, tell us about your technique.
I mean, Nyan is just amazing. Look at that.
Okay, so first I train the model with low speed and with the cone. I'm sorry, without the cone. And then I train the model with the cone and with high speed. And then and third time I have completed like 30 laps, which and I actually followed the yellow line in the mid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I made sure that for each turn I slow down, and then so the car will slow down.
Justin
and then
Drew, look at that!
It
Look
will,
at that!
it will have
so
appropriate
fast.
time to make a turn.
Yeah, you did really
that.
well. Now you bad luck to the crash, but
This
I
is
think you got some
amazing.
good times there.
Ooh,
Drew,
Yeah,
let's
first
too
second was
fast.
really
Drew
fine
is
there.
even too fast. Oh, he
Drew,
avoided it.
tell
I
us,
avoided the
so,
cone. He's
obviously
moving.
that
He's
random
going
cone's
back.
really throwing you. What's your
And
what's
he's going
your lesson
backward
here?
now.
Yeah, I gotta.
Oh, no,
I
he
gotta
got it
work on
back.
that. I gotta work on
Amazing.
training with cones.
You recovered.
Okay.
Look
yeah,
how
this is
fast it's
Jet
going.
Sim. It's based off of Jet Racer, and it's built in PyTorch, so it's a fairly easy framework, very lightweight. The only difference between this and Donkey Car is mainly this is using a pre-trained model, ResNet 18, and the way you collect the images is a little different, as well as the amount of data needed. So in this model, I did around 500 images.
Got it. So at this point, there was just a collision you couldn't avoid. Let's see the times. Okay, so I think Maxime's we're gonna call that the end of that. It looks like let's see, Esther did not do. She had such a good lap the first time that she was not able to beat it in the second race. Drew got points on the board. 30 seconds is really excellent. And Sean didn't. I don't see Sean. Did Sean have any times?
No.
Okay.
He crashed.
DNF. And then Nyan, you did fantastically. 30
Amazing.
seconds. You actually
Nyan,
did
fantastic.
better than Drew.
I did I did that mid. I'm sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah.
but I did that loop twice. That's why it took like 40 seconds.
The first
Right?
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
but in your second lap,
it's
you did
okay
it once.
because you mostly lost time by doing the 2 turns. So, I mean,
Oh,
yeah, I won't DNF you for that, and you get a clean lap afterwards. So, all okay.
Very good. Okay, next up. So racers disconnect. Next up is going to be Kevin, Jonghyun, Gabriel, and Chris.
Come on.
And again, if you're unclear where you sit in the ranking, just go to the spreadsheet and you'll see where you stand. Should be no surprises. All right, we have all 4 racers. First row. On your mark. Get set.
Oh.
Go.
Oh, Gabriel should go. Okay.
Second row. On your mark.
Okay.
Get set. Go.
Oh, Chrisfield is going real good. Look how fast he's going.
People stopping exactly when I say go.
Unfortunately, we don't have the camera. Oh gosh. And Paul is out.
Very cool.
Oh, we almost
I'm trying to see
we
whether we're getting
almost
spacing
had a
right about
crash
30%.
there.
I don't want them to hit each other on the first.
Ah, there it
but I
is.
do want them
They're
to-
out.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
there we
no,
go. That was an interesting
just 2
pass
are out.
simulation.
Gabriel is perfect. Like, look at that. He avoided that cone like a pro, and now he's coming for
spin the guy out
Crush
by nicking his
Phil.
So yeah, we have some racers doing.
Look at
really
that.
well
Oh,
here. Gabriel's
oh, Kevin is getting back. Oh.
And,
let me see. Oh, I avoided that corner like a pro,
goes a
but
close
he hit
one.
the wall.
Kevin
Nope.
seems to.
Gabriel is doing
Yeah, he locked up
fantastic.
there.
Oh, look at that cone.
Gabriel's missing Kevin, which is
Missing
great.
a cone perfectly.
His
So Gabriel is the only one that is
maybe not hitting it.
left.
That'd be awesome. So
He hit
yeah,
the first time, but the second time no. So
yeah.
yes.
So Gabriel, yeah, tell us what your trick is. You're doing great here.
Gabriel is doing fantastic.
Yeah, I actually just trained on a lot because we were training on the UCSD supercomputers. I think it only had about 20 gigabytes of RAM allocated. So I did like 200 laps and trained it on my laptop with 32 gigabytes.
Only had 20 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah.
Only 20 gigabytes of RAM? Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah. Between the supercomputer and the 20 gigabytes, you are well provisioned.
Oh gosh, I have a laptop.
right.
I have a
Has he got-
crappy
has he got
laptop.
his 3, Maxime?
Oh gosh.
Okay.
And
All
these
right,
guys
very good.
has like, yeah,
So let's
not
look at
much
the
RAM, just 20
times.
gigabyte.
Gabriel,
Not much.
you have a 28 second, which I think puts you in
Second or third place.
Third place.
I'm like
Yeah.
I'm like the
Rainer's
very
first,
last of the last.
Gabriel's in second. So that
The
puts
good
you
news
in
is that I'm not the
first.
only one.
And
So, and I'm I think I'm the first. I'm
so
the
it looks like,
first
Chris got a
person. I mean,
31.
this is my first time
Anyone else
attending
was
this
DNF?
kind of
Anyone else was DNF?
event, and it looks like I'm not the only one that is not classified
DNF
yet.
stands for did not finish, by the way.
Yep.
Great.
I was just double checking. But yeah.
All right. Okay, next up is going to be Sunny, Rayner, our current track leader, Parth, and Tiziano.
Awesome. Let me start.
Sunny, Rayner, Parth, and Tiziano.
Okay,
need to
let me
disconnect it.
start and go.
Me?
Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Control C when you turn.
I did Control C. I don't know why it's still keeping me in there actually.
There it goes.
Is there anything else that I can
And I'm
do?
gonna go as soon as they're ready. I'm gonna engage the local angle autopilot, the local pilot, and I'm gonna touch my joypad. Of course, it would be cheating.
So why does that happen if the process is stopped on the client side?
And
I don't know. Sometimes it happens. It never happens to me, but
which one is me?
Yeah, sometimes we often see.
I'm way behind everybody.
Yeah.
So we have 5.
Oh,
Yeah, we have
okay.
ghost.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
We have
All right. I'll take care of that.
Okay, let's see what we got. Looks like they're restarting. Oh, okay, yeah, they're starting the simulator. Probably something came up.
Okay, if everyone could rejoin.
Okay, let me
Parth is
rejoin.
in.
Let me rejoin.
Waiting for Rainer. Sunny's in.
There he
Waiting
goes.
for Rainer and Tiziana.
There I am.
There he is.
Okay, I'm
Just
gonna
waiting
go
for-
local pilot when they tell me to go. It's gonna. How long is it gonna take to crash? Like probably
Jack, I
immediately.
think we ran into an issue now because my container was running when you exited.
So the
sim.
problem,
and
with my
I had-
training is that I train the system in my virtual environment, assuming no delay. So and and instead I would be supposed to train the network with some delay, like 200 millisecond at the very least. So this delay is not playing very good with when I try to play my network on my computer while the camera is like on their server, and so it's not working. So I'm not expecting to do much better than this. Okay, now it's my turn.
Second row. On your mark, get set, go.
Let's see where it goes. It's moving.
So Sunny and Parth are doing great. Let's see whether this intersection hits them. Ooh, Sunny.
It's
Aggressive
moving
move, and
super
now
slowly.
created an obstacle right in the worst place, right at the intersection. We may be in pilot mode here.
It's super slow.
Yeah,
I think
we're in
something is
restart.
up with my car. It's just going backward now. I don't know what's happening.
We see that. It's because of the physics in there. So, yeah, all right.
I don't know. It's going backward.
Yeah, I know. So what you have to do is that your autopilot you have to put on the beginning because your model doesn't know necessarily how to start from basically zero speed, right? So you have to give it a little bit of, there is an auto, there's a mode that you just say, hey, move forward for X number of seconds.
Okay.
Because most of your data come from you driving, not from stopping, right? So it doesn't really learn how to start.
So
no, it started auto.
Yeah. Okay, let's restart this one.
All right.
So if everyone could log off and log back on. That was just bad luck.
I think it's even worse. Let me actually.
If Rainer, if you could stop your container. There you go.
Yeah. Did it.
Okay. Let's try it again.
So what we want is pileups are good, but not in that one particular intersection because it's just impossible to get by. Okay. On first row, on your mark, get set, go.
Okay, let me try again.
Waiting for Rainer.
Okay.
Second row, on your mark, get set, go.
If I can be there, and there it goes. It started. Looks like it started. At least it's moving forward.
So Parth looks like he's cheating a little bit on that one intersection, taking a hard left, but that's
Ooh,
okay.
someone passed me like at the speed of light. Oh, yeah, it's staying on course a little bit better. And,
yeah.
Oh gosh, what is it going? Oh.
So Rainer, you're doing great, but there's a lot of competition on the track. Look at all those cars you have to avoid.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see whether you can pass
horrible.
Parth without hitting him.
Like, parking lots nurse is amazing.
Got a little
Look how
latency,
fast they're going.
Ooh, looks like a pass.
Oh!
Oh, that was crazy.
Sorry.
That was
Sorry,
crazy.
Path.
Oh gosh, that was crazy.
That was amazing. I've never seen
That's just
such a
good
flip.
racing right there.
Yeah.
That's good racing for sure.
That was a high speed
Oh
crash.
gosh.
That's the joy of the sim, is that even on big crashes like that, even if they are not really accurate physically, they are funny.
It's not as expensive as in
Oh
Delara.
gosh.
Yeah.
How is it possible that this is?
Even in the real world, it doesn't really hurt the cars that much. We get crashes like that all the
How is
time.
it possible that this is not performing correctly?
with RC cars, not with the
yeah,
full-size car.
that exactly. Parth is doing great. I thought Rainer was gonna
how is it possible that it's not performing correctly? I mean, it's just
close on him, but
absolutely horrible.
I think Parth is going at least as fast. They look like almost exactly the same speed. We'll find out. Have they done the 3 laps?
It's just amazing.
And this is Parth's first
Sim host.
time, I think, doing this track competitively.
Oh. I'm really impressed. Parth, any tricks you want to impart?
Impressive.
Not just using that JetSim framework that we developed. It's going good because we're running on Google Colab right now.
Yeah.
Our model. So we still have to do some experimentation because we don't know like the ping times with Google Colab and like Jack server.
So if I do start
so still lots of room to improve on it, but we're happy with what we're at.
Let me start their circuit.
For sure. So it looks like Rainer, your times were about the same as in the first heat.
Okay,
but
so let me see
Parth,
here. Now this is my
Parth
gym.
Had 3
Actually,
laps.
let me lower the volume. So this is my gym. Okay, let's see this same simulator on the local computer. Let me see if it works better. Okay, start. It's horrible. Wasn't doing this bad. Look at that. It's moving. It's just horrible. No, it's amazingly horrible. Let me try again. It's horrible. How is it possible? I tested it. It wasn't this bad. Let's try again. It's just doing horribly. Huh. So for some reason the model that I trained yesterday is not working correctly anymore. Huh. It's really weird. Okay, let me try again without any delay. I'll see what happens. Oh, they're doing really good. Let me try again one more time, and then we're gonna keep following the. Something is up. No, no, it wasn't this good, this bad. It's just horrible. It's just horrible. It's impossible. That's this. Okay, so we'll see. Next time I'm gonna go do much better. Okay, let's focus on the race.
How about you? What's
look at them.
How's this one going for you?
Super fast.
So I trained 2 models, and the first one doesn't go across the left side. It
Then there is a
cannot
crash.
recognize the yellow line in the middle, and especially when at the cross there's no yellow line. So I just
Ow.
release the turn to let it go straight forward.
So this intersection did what it always does, which is create a pileup. But no worries, we got lots of good racing before then. Let's see how we did. Looks like Felipe did a incredible 28:12.
Oh yeah, they're doing
which
very
is
good. So no, I can't.
not quite
I
his best
can't
time. I think he did a
compete with those
28
guys.
flat.
I don't know. Something
in the first
got
heat.
completely messed up
But
with my
that
my
was excellent.
network on, and now it's performing really
Dimitri
badly.
was
So I
DNF?
really can't.
No.
I can't win against
Dimitri
those guys.
had a first lap. Forgive me.
Yep.
Actually, I've got my.
But
good. Okay, and we now have our last
the beauty
two,
of
which is Anton and Anwar. Are you ready to go this time?
Unfortunately not. I think I'm close, very close though.
Okay, and I don't know which of you that was, but
that was Anton.
Anton. Anwar, are you ready to go?
Still doesn't connect me.
Okay, well, we'll come back. You'll have one more chance. Okay, we're going to go back to the top now. This is the last of the...
Chris,
Yes.
maybe we have already plenty of lap time. Maybe we don't need to redo all of the hits. Maybe
That
we
is-
can have maybe just one or two groups.
Okay,
People that
that's-
didn't finish.
That's a very
so
good
that
point.
we can move faster to the ladder. And,
Yes, exactly. Okay, so the people who have no times right now, Sean Park, I'm gonna highlight you with orange. So Sean Park, you have no times. You have an opportunity to go again. Tiziano, you have an opportunity to go again. Anton and Anwar. So this is your last chance. Everybody else has times. So Sean, Tiziano, Anton, and Anwar, this is your last chance to get points before we go into the ladder.
Actually, I just tested my model on my local simulator, and it looks like something is not working correctly because it's not working even locally. So I don't think it has any chance to work online.
Okay, no worries. Thank you for showing up. You will be back next time, and just really glad you had the opportunity to experience the Donkey framework. And for those of you who don't know Tiziano, he has the best YouTube videos in the world on how to use various robotics frameworks, and I'm delighted that you now have an opportunity to use Donkey and compare and contrast. And we look forward to seeing you at the next virtual race, if not sooner.
Oh, thank you.
And in person, if you can come over to United States and
I'm in Boston actually.
Yeah, he's in Boston. And by the way, if you want to start, I'm not sure we have an active race group in Boston, but we should. So if you want to start that, just go to DIYRobocars.com, and we have a list of local groups. If there is one, join it. If there isn't one, start one.
Thank you very much, guys.
Okay, Anton, Anwar, are you guys going to be ready to go?
Yeah, it finally got it. So we're good.
Okay, so we have Anton.
Unfortunately, my model doesn't have any chance against those guys. I don't know what happened. I can try to run it again, but let's follow the race actually. Okay, let's follow the race. Let's see who's gonna get today's trophy.
Anton, and they're both off. That's a great news.
There's a little bit of lag in the.
At least it's running.
And you're both running well.
There's a lot of lag.
Yeah, Anton, I'm impressed by
A lot of lag with
How did you manage to train a model this fast? What was not working previously?
Instead of like trying to follow the line perfectly, I think that if you go off a little bit, just a little bit off the line, like then the robot, if or the AI.
Okay, now it's doing much better. Okay, sorry guys, I had some freezing in my computer. Okay, now it's doing much better.
That's smart. Sean, how about you? What's your technique?
Look at that. Look how
So
good they go.
I'm going pretty slowly. My kind of when I was training was just try to follow the path as slowly and correctly as possible, but it's not good for a race.
But it's really smooth.
This is smooth.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a
mine didn't
reliable
even
way.
go
Now you've learned
straight.
how to train reliably. Next, you can learn how to train fast.
Right.
Good. So I'm impressed. We're just going to wait for the last time
Look
here,
at
and then
that.
we're going to start the
Look at
ladder.
that. It's
We're
just
going to take
going-
as we
it's just
compile the ladder. We're going to
fantastic.
take a
Anton
2-minute
is
break,
doing fantastic job.
and then the ladder will be the top 8 racers, and we'll very quickly find out who's the fastest.
I can't believe how little work I'm having this time. I'm going to be obsolete here soon.
Oh. So Maxime, tell me when they've both got their third lap.
Yep.
Now look at that.
Yeah, we have a
They're
passing
just
situation
amazing.
here.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Like Anton is doing
That's really
great.
good.
Look at that. It's
Yeah,
following.
it's always like really
It's
really
following the
interesting to
center
see
line. But
because
it's following the center line, so it's not
some people
doing
train
great
to
in this
overtake, some don't,
turn.
and I think what's interesting
But
is that when
it's
they
consistent.
don't,
It's
and
pretty
that
consistent.
the model still manage to overtake.
Look at that.
So
Ooh.
Remind me, in the simulator, do you have ghost cars that you can train against?
not for the moment, but that's a thing we
Yeah,
would like
having
to
ghost
have
cars
in,
would be great.
in the near, or I mean that's something we would like to have in the future.
Having ghost cars would be really great.
But
Yeah.
that's not a thing for the moment. But you could, for example, run a pace car. Basically, you could train a model to go slowly, and then train another model to overtake this one. So this could be done.
So you can create your own pace car in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Good.
actually tried to train
that's
with,
for
with
the
another car in
for the
the
people aiming to really
in the
win
track.
the race, because it takes time, even to train
Looks like
one
something
model,
didn't work right on my
one good model
train
to
network.
the pace
So
car. It takes some
I'll
time. So
test
Yeah.
again next time.
So Anton, terrific. You did 31.1 is your best time. I think that's going to put you in the top 8, which means that you'll be coming back. Anwar, I don't have your times yet, but I think they probably were a bit slower.
And hey guys, also if you are here for the first time, I really would like you to check out my new page. So I'm just setting up a school, robotics, that for now it contains a couple of cores. One is my ROS operating system. That's the same one is on YouTube. You can subscribe and for free on my school. But I also created a new engineering one for working in the drone industry. It is more like it offers a base level of understanding for engineers that want to start working in robotics and in the drone industry. And it goes back to the basics of dynamics, kinematics, aerodynamics also. So there are a lot of concepts that not everybody know, and so it's great to have this level of understanding to just move forward. I have so many people experience so many people that are like just racing into building code, but they have no idea what they're working with. And so it's nice to have an understanding why drones work, how they're made, and a basic understanding how GNC work, so guidance, navigation, and control. So check it out for more information. And now let's go back to the race. And actually, let me pull it up again. There it goes.
pain of training, doing deep learning on a CPU only. And then we give them access to GPU cluster that allow them to train faster. That means collect more data per day, and we'll go from there. So that's is what class look like. We can see already on the screen that the ladder is starting to be formed. We can see Rainer coming in first, and the way we build this, we put the two faster time away from each other, and then we start to fill up the other with the slower time, so that just like in a competition, the two top ranked players may meet just at the end of the race. And the reason we just want to move on 8, just to get a little bit faster, we already about 1 hour and 15 minutes on this race. So now we're going to go just simple elimination, and then we're going to be able to finish up by 11 as we have planned.
Good. Maxime is almost finished with the ladder. Just while he's doing that, I'll tell you who the top 8 were. So coming out of the heats, number 1 was Rainer, and the fastest time is 26.56. Then comes Felipe, then Sunny, then Gabriel, then Nyan, then Parth, then Andrew, then Anton. So those would be the 8 going into the ladder. We typically we race the fastest versus so number 1 races against number 8, number 2 races against number 7, and so on. And there'll be, I guess, three races. No, so that's not right. Probably 4 races, I think, in total. And I think we are ready to go. The first one is going to be Rainer versus Anton. This is one on head-to-head racing. So Rainer and Anton, join. There you go.
Okay, so we're gonna follow this competition.
So in this case, you know, we have a excuse me. So in this case, we have a favored, which is you know, Rainer, but Anton, you know, is fast as well, and anything can happen.
Let's see this
what's
last competition between the two, and
by the way, the next race is going to be Gabriel.
And then we're gonna drop
Nyan,
we're gonna drop
it's going to be
this
Sunny versus
streaming,
Parth, and it's going to be Felipe versus Andrew. So you racers should all be standing by. We're just
there you
waiting
go.
for Anton to
Okay.
join.
Okay, this is gonna be a lot of fun. So I just again, guys, if you're thinking to get
Anton,
into
do
the
you need another
autonomous
minute? I
car
can go to the next
and
race.
Robotics, the
wait,
Donkey
give me, like,
project is
30 more
an
seconds. If not,
amazing
just go
starting
back.
point. It's extremely simple, easy to kickstart. Yeah, there's plenty of documentation on the
there you go.
website. There's a good community.
very good. All right,
Ask question
racers,
along.
on your
It's
mark,
just amazing.
get
I mean,
set,
yesterday I set
go.
up my environment, and today I
Now, in
tried
this case,
to
they're randomly
participate to
assigned
the
some
race. Of
inside
course,
or outside track.
I
The
covered
track is
myself
more or less
in
symmetrical, so there aren't huge advantages to being one and the
shame.
other. But Anton's
But that
first
was
off
expected.
the line.
I mean, it's not really random. It depends on.
But still,
when you
I
come.
mean,
So if you get it
in
first,
just
you'll get.
one day, I
We
set
could
up my
randomize that,
environment.
but
I installed the CUDA
it's
library, and
hard to do because
I just get started to
we will need
train
to
the
have some kind
network
of a
on
randomized
my
position
local computer.
button.
That's
So
like not
we
a
could
very
do that,
good
but
gaming PC with
So Rainer's demonstrated
gaming
some really pro passing
NVIDIA
techniques. Rainer, tell us, I mean, was that
GTX
just luck,
960,
or did you actually train it
very
to
low level.
pass on the
You
inside
don't need
like
to
that?
have. You
No,
don't
I
need
trained it to follow the
supercomputer
optimal race
to
line.
start
So,
playing
and
with the
since
donkey car.
Anton was a bit way off,
Look at that,
I
Anton.
think that's luck.
Oh gosh,
It
To
looks
be
great.
honest.
Yeah.
parking lot nerds, amazing.
So it looks like
look how it smoothly
Rainer,
drives.
So in this case, it's the
just amazing how he
fastest time
drives.
that moves on.
Amazing how
but
smoothly it
because they
drives.
start at the same time,
And it's so
it also looks like
fast.
the first one over the finish line, and it looks like Anton is hung up, and Rainer's going to win.
Rainer is just amazing. How
Should we let
look how
Rainer do
good
one
it
more lap,
drives.
or let's just
Well,
call it after this one.
he can finish this one, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so Rainer moves on. Next race is going to be Gabriel versus Nyan.
It just drives so good.
At this point, the times don't really matter. It's really about the position. It's binary. You either win or you don't.
So either you crash or you finish ahead or you have a better lap time or total time. Depends.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Because if you crash and that you were fast, I mean, if both crash and that you were faster, you will still win.
Right, right. But we're not recording your time to compare with the other heats. Okay, racers are both on the line. On your mark.
Okay, let's
set,
follow this
go.
this one as well. It's just beautiful.
Okay, leave at the same time, which is going to lead to excitement on the next turn at the intersection.
Oh, there's a little bit of delay and lag in the stream, so it's gonna start probably now. Give it my end.
Great.
Okay, there they go. Oh, they're doing very good. They're moving. Oh, Gabriel is just leading. Look at that. Beautiful. Ah, it's hitting the corn. Yep. Yeah, and the race is off. Well, guys, thank you guys for watching. Just never stop learning, and I'll see you next time.